Welcome to Miami. Welcome to the campus of the FIU, the Florida International University. We are here to introduce you to a new diver watch, but also to commemorate World Oceans Day. Welcome to our broadcast. We'll be talking about sharks, marine biology, and diving watches. I am your host today, François-Xavier Autier. I am the president of Ulysse Nardin in the Americas. I'm glad to introduce you to a friend of ours, Dr. Mike Enthouse, the Dean of the College of Arts, Science and Education at the FIU.
At FIU, we're trying to provide the science to make sure that oceans stay healthy and to inspire the next generation of ocean scientists and ocean enthusiasts. And that means that we're working in habitats like the mangroves you see behind us that are so important for the fish that grow up to be the things we like to catch and are also food for lots of other species. We're working out in the open oceans and we're living underwater. We've reached more than 1 million kids live from underwater. We've provided important science and it's been so great. We are now actually in the process of designing the next generation of underwater habitat that for the next 25 years is going to inspire and create great science. Here at FIU, we also have one of the world's best collections of shark scientists to make sure these ocean predators are here for generations to come. The oceans face so many challenges: climate change, ocean acidification, pollution. We've heard about microplastics. Well, one of the things we need to learn about is how all of those challenges affect all the creatures in the oceans. And that's one of the things we do in facilities like this. We have to do a lot of work back here in the lab to understand how their bodies work, how they're going to respond to the challenges in their environment. Tanks like this let us study fish, including some really big ones like sharks. The amount of work our students are doing is just incredible. They're even using these biomolecular techniques to figure out when animals are stressed, what the effects are of pollutants, so we can stop problems before they get really bad. So much of what we need now is to inspire people about how amazing the oceans are and how much there is still to discover. This lab focuses on understanding the diversity of creatures out, especially in the deep sea, and crabs and shrimp, so important to the food chain, so important to what we eat. These creatures were collected from the deep ocean of the Gulf of Mexico in areas that were impacted by the oil spill. Scientists here at FIU and our collaborators are seeing just how much damage was done so we can figure out how to restore those habitats and protect them from damage in the future. This is a model of the Aquarius habitat. So it's in about 60 feet of water. If you're at that deck, that's 50 feet. So if you just slide in there, if you're only going for the day, you can get about 80 minutes of dive time and be in there. But of course, you can live there as long as you want. You know, whenever we have people living in the habitat, we'll have a support boat. So you have some divers come down from the surface on day dives and a team of 6 living in the habitat. And then this little gazebo, there's air in that. So if you need to talk to somebody when you're out and you don't want to come all the way back to the habitat, you can stick up your head in there, take off your mask, have a conversation, put it back on and go again. And then all of the air and power comes from the life support buoy, which is up on the surface. And then it charges these tanks down on the habitat. And so we've got about 3 days where we can be self-sufficient in the habitat.
Thank you, Mike, for the tour of the Florida International University. What you're doing here with your team is very impressive.
Thanks so much.
Now let me introduce you to Chris Fisher, CEO and founder of OCEARCH. OCEARCH is a data-driven organization dedicated to shark research. Chris is right now on board of the OCEARCH in the Carolinas. Chris, thank you for welcoming us on board.
Thank you, FX. We loved having you on the ship. You're always a full-time member of the crew now. We kicked off our 40th expedition of the year, the first one we've ever done in North Carolina. Some of the clues we've received so far indicate there may be large sharks mating in the region. So exciting to have our 40th expedition off North Carolina. OCEARCH is a unique operation on the ocean by bringing together world-class professional watermen along with a massive group of collaborative, multidiscipline scientists, so that we can help solve the puzzle of our apex predators in the ocean, the top of the food chain. Large sharks are the balance keepers of the ocean. They are the guardians of our fish stocks. They prevent second-tier predators like seals, squid, tuna, and other things from exploding in numbers and wiping out the system below it, which is the food we need to eat. An abundant population of our large sharks will make sure we're proud of the ocean we deliver to the future and to our great-grandchildren. It'll also ensure that they can go swimming in an ocean full of fish and they can sit down and enjoy a fresh fish sandwich. We're in pursuit of medical breakthroughs that can help all humans. No one has ever been able to sample these large living white sharks and allow microbiologists to collect bacteria from different parts of their body, as well as their mouth and teeth and tongue. Some of these bacteria develop their own antibiotics, and perhaps some of these new antibiotics will help us in our battle against things like staph and MRSA. What's key in making that access to the shark possible are two things. Number one, it's the crew. Also, we have a special lift aboard the OCEARCH that goes over the starboard side of the ship, and we can pick up 75,000 pounds, and it allows us to have the animal secured with water running over its gills so the scientists can go about their business. Now, when this occurs, it's all about keeping track of time. Each one of these research projects must occur in the appropriate amount of time, so we deliver that animal safely back into the water in just 15 minutes. One of the great joys in building the enterprise around OCEARCH is partnering with the companies that care about the future, the companies that want to make business and do good. And when you look at a partner like Ulysse Nardin, who makes world-class timepieces, has a passion for the future of the ocean, and wants to make sure they make a positive impact while they do business, they're the ideal partner for OCEARCH. So we couldn't be prouder to align with them on this mission.
Chris, the Ulysse Nardin team is looking forward to our next expedition together. Now who knows better than anyone about the importance of reliability, robustness, and comfort for a diver watch? A professional freediver, of course. Deep underwater, timekeeping is a matter of life or death. Let me introduce you to one of our Ulysses, Fred Buil, a three-time world record holder who has been testing the new Ulysse Nardin diver Lemon Shark on a recent trip to the Azores. Thank you all for taking the time to join this broadcast today. If, like all of us at Ulysse Nardin, you love the oceans and the sharks, I invite you online to follow Mike and the students of the FIU, Chris and the crew of the OCEARCH, and Fred, our freediving Ulysses. No matter where you are on the planet, we wish you a great World Oceans Day and daring exploration, a Ulysse Nardin diver Lemon Shark on your waist.